Well, out of all the daggum episodes, I'm going to try not to cuss because I have another God-fearing man here on my channel, but I'm going to slip up, you know what I'm saying? I'm more Pastor Riley, you know what I'm saying, than I am, you know, anybody else. But we have the newly retired former Winnipeg Blue Bomber, defensive lineman, Jackson doggone JEFFCOAT. Jackson, it's a pleasure and an honor to have you, brother. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I'm down here in Austin, Texas. It's a nice night. It's great. It's great to be on your show. Thank you, Coach Phil. I appreciate you having me on.
Nah, man. Hey, thank you for wanting to come on, man. I know you've been the talk of CFL, man, and we gonna obviously talk about the shock around the CFL, man. Everybody was talking about it, but I am gonna throw a little curveball at you because we talked before. We were gonna, you know, give you your pleasantries and your flowers. Before I go down all that, I wanted to ask you a question to start things off. How do you feel about when people have said certain things about the contract situation and you retiring? I want to read a couple comments people have made on, you know, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
Okay. So one of the quick quotes was, "I doubt too many Blue Bomber fans were super upset. The consensus seemed to be he's hurt a lot. It's probably time. That's some money we're really going to need with the spending on our top 5 guys." Another comment was, "Jackson is a good player, but bottom line, you can pretty much guarantee he will miss probably 1/3 of the season. You might say he is a little fragile. The Bombers have to go out and find someone who can play a full season. In the long run, it is far cheaper, and with the extra dough, they can probably get someone of similar ability." Personally, I did make the comment on Twitter, which is funny, kind of how. Let me give everybody a little bit of the small backstory real quick, if that's okay. So how everything kind of happened with us connecting finally. Your sister, I think it was your sister, Jacqueline.
Yep.
I saw her tweet and I co-signed that. I was like, yeah, it's messed up what happened. Like, yeah, you missed 3 games. I think it was 3 games.
3 games. They sat me for one because they were sitting all the starters for that Calgary game at the end. So I missed 3 games this year.
Do you take that personal, or do you just, hey, it's part of the job, people gonna talk when they say, for people that haven't played professionally or just, you know, really haven't played sports, can you take us through like what your thought process is when people say, oh, he's fragile or he doesn't play that many games? Does that get to you?
Not really, to be honest. It's people that are not in the situation that I am. They're not playing, they're not training, they're not spending all the hours that I spend. I mean, you can say all that, but look at my body of work. Even if I've gotten hurt, like I put some great football out there. And for people to be upset about me missing games, I mean, I'm there when it matters. Like I'm playing in games when it matters. I'm there to make sure that we're winning when we can and putting my team in the best position to win. So it doesn't really bother me. I think it's funny just because I play hard. I practice hard. I do everything hard. And I think that's the way I am. And that wasn't something I was going to change. So even O'Shea said it. He said, man, don't change. Be you. Things are going to happen. You work hard. You play hard. Things are just going to happen. I train hard. So this year, for certain, this was very unexpected when I did get injured in the Hamilton game. But I was more at peace. Like, I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to get back. Like, this is not that big of a deal. And I came back. I missed 3 games. And I came back and did my thing.
See, that's the thing. And I have the stats right here. I have all the stats, man. I'm a stats junkie when it comes to this. If you look at the track record, ladies and gentlemen, from 2017 to 2023, these are the amount of games Jackson played. 16, 12, 12, 12, 12, 14. But the numbers for the position that you playing D-line, man, 36 tackles, 21, 23, 26, 20, 21. But the sacks, 7, 5, 5, 9, 4, and 8, man, that's an impact. And you missed that at times. And we all know the 1-2 punch. I've praised you and Willie from jump when I got into this. The combo you guys are is deadly. And do you feel like you get you said you don't let it get to you, but did that play a part in you walking, like retiring at all?
I don't think it played a part in me retiring. It was more what played a well, okay, I'll explain this. I don't tell me if it makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
My body's beat up. I've been playing this game for a long time. You ask anybody else, their bodies are beat up. I flirted with the idea of retiring before this last season. Like, I've always thought about it, like really reevaluate it, because people in my corner have been like, hey, what do you have to prove? You don't have anything to prove. You've been a dog. You played. You've done your thing. You played for a long time. And that was right. It was more something proving something to me. So that was the big thing for me. I retired. Big reason is because I do want to be healthy in my career after football. I do want to be able to eventually play with kids when I have my kids. I do want to be able to go play basketball and do a pickup game and not be hurt all the time. I mean, I want to have a good quality of life and continue to play football, and not getting paid my worth, I don't think was worth it, especially with the things that I got going on outside of football and the opportunities that I've had and probably had for the last 3-4 years.
See, the position, I was, like I said, the position you play on the D line, man, in the trenches, whether you're an O lineman or a D lineman, you taking a beating every single play, man, and that wear and tear. You wrote in your I believe it was your post, farewell Winnipeg, you said 18 years. You've played for 18 years of football, and people forget the years you played youth football, high school football, college, and then in the pros. You played in the NFL, you played in the CFL. That's a long run of just playing football. People only focus on, he played in college and the pros. Mm-hmm. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. What was the injury was there an injury that you were like, you started realizing my clock is really ticking right now. I need to get it in and I'm gonna get out?
When the first one that made me think like, hey, let's pay attention to this. If I can't get this right, I need to be done. It's when I had back surgery. Ooh. I had to get back surgery before that's why I probably left the NFL, because it hurt my back when I was there. I mean, it had been bothering me for a while, but I actually hurt it. Mm-hmm. And I had to get surgery. It took a while to come back from that. And so I got released from Washington after I was cleared to return to play. So then I go to Cleveland, and back's not fully healed. I pull a hamstring. I never pulled a hamstring in my life. And so I did that, and I was like, okay, we got to figure out what's going on with my back and hips and figure out how to get everything going and working the right way. So that was a big thing. I got some MRIs on my body. There was a couple things that going on with my hips. I mean, I got 2 torn labrums in my hips. I have hip impingements. So I got torn labrums in my shoulders. I mean, I have a lot going on. And so that's why I didn't mind people saying, oh, he's injury prone, he's this and he's that, because they don't know they don't know how much work I put in. They didn't know the amount of time, the amount of money that I had to spend on my body to be healthy for games. Right. They don't know how much time I was spending with the trainers in Winnipeg. I mean, they don't know all that. They don't see the behind the scenes. They don't see the work you put in. So I can't blame them. They're going off of what they know. But if they listen to this, they're going to know I put in a lot of work.
I had Lorenzo Malden on a few weeks ago. His episode is going to drop here soon. He talked about when he was with the Jets, he hurt his back and they let him go. And it was right when they were about to take off with their defense and have a little mini success. I can imagine, man, I got a messed up back, but not probably to the level you have it, man. A back injury is no joke. And we'll dive back into the situation with what happened with you choosing to retire in a minute. But I want to talk about some good things, man. Let's go down your lovely resume. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Now, your father, Mr. Jim JEFFCOAT, Shout out to Father JEFFCOAT. Played for the Dallas Cowboys, man. You went to Plano West Senior High School, man. You're from the Dallas area, man. For those that know, obviously people seen Friday Night Lights, man. That football's real out there. It's religious. It's all that. All the things people say about that. But what's fascinating was over your 3 final seasons, you recorded 259 tackles, 25.5 sacks. Jesus Christ. 56 tackles for loss, 42 pressures, man. And 3 forced fumbles, 2 picks, 2 block kicks, and a touchdown. Jesus Christ, man. You was an all world out there, man. And in Texas, boy, man. You was USA Today All-American, parade, all the fun stuff, and EA Sports. That's pretty doggone good. Played in the USA Army All-American Bowl. Yes, I'm going to go down everything because he deserves this, so shut up. And then, even better, he went to the University of Texas. Hook 'em horns. Don't do that. Don't do that. When y'all play the SEC, y'all fold. Anyway, the devil is alive.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to be quiet because you know it. I'm going to be talking to you once we handle this business.
Well, are you one of those guys that said if Colt didn't get hurt, y'all was going to beat my boys?
You already know.
Shut up. You know doggone well Colt wasn't going to do nothing.
Alabama's your boys?
Roll Tide, brother. And hey. 07
What happened this
baby.
year?
Huh?
What happened this year?
Where were y'all? Where were y'all?
We played Washington.
I can't stand the University of Washington. So
we should have beat them.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know that.
Hey, don't get me started. You know. Listen, they were the most penalized team in the NCAA. When they played against us, they had 1 or 2 penalties. What's going on there? We can watch the clips together.
I got share. Hey, we can share it. It don't. This is a conversation, brother. This is your time. We can do what we want to. It don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? But back to the resume at hand. Perfection. You might not understand. 2010 freshman All-American. As a senior, you were All-American again. You won the Ted Hendricks Award, which is, for those that don't know, it's the award for the best defensive end. Correct? Best defensive.
Yeah, best defensive end in the country.
Man, that's a high praise right there, brother. And then you had a nice run. Quick little run, cup of coffee with the Seahawks. Now, this was 2014, so this was this was the year NFC Championship run. Did you get a ring from that or no? Or was that when we lost to Carolina?
I was only with the Seahawks for 3 months during camp. I got cut after the 3rd preseason game. So right after camp, I worked out for a couple teams. I worked out for the Washington Redskins. At the time, they were the Redskins.
Yeah.
And I got signed onto their practice roster.
Hold on. Was this after? Because we play the same doggone teams every preseason, so it's always AFC teams, always Broncos.
Yep.
When they were in Oakland, the Raiders, and then the Chargers. So was this after the Chargers or Raiders game that they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go in a different direction"?
I think it was the Chargers. Because I'm trying to remember who was at. It was at home. So it was at home. We were playing in Seattle. I mean, that place is crazy.
Oh. Man, you speaking my language right now, brother.
That place is crazy. I loved it though. I enjoyed that.
So you were there in Washington. Were you there with my boy Josh Norman?
I did not play with Josh Norman. I was before him. I was still there the same year, 2014. So 2014 to 2015, I was in Washington.
Okay, because he came right after the NFC. They lost to Denver, and I'm a big Josh Norman guy. I don't care what everybody can say. Oh, they always want to remember him getting stiff-armed by Derrick Henry. They don't. People forget how that season Josh had when he did get his payday the next season. But shout out to Josh, man. If he ever get a chance, he's a dog. You played played also for the Browns.
Yeah, that was more of a cup of coffee than Seattle. I told you, pulled a hammy there because my back still wasn't right after the surgery. I never pulled a hammy in my life, and so I was pretty frustrated.
And you also were a Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Now they don't really play defense in the Big 12. You know what I'm saying? They want to slang rock well, back then it was more of we're gonna run the ball down your throat and maybe throw a little bit. So for you to do that, man, I respect that. So Jesus Christ, man, you Oh my God. See, now you made me want to take off the do-rag right now because you have had it, and then you went to Winnipeg, man. So take us through, tell us your story, and the floor is yours, brother.
You want to hear my whole story about how I went to Winnipeg? Just kind of my story there. You want to know about the end story? What's up?
Wherever you want to start, brother. This is
All right,
about you.
so I'll start with Winnipeg. It's crazy. So Winnipeg, uh, they were doing like OTAs type thing or mini camp at that time, and they'd bring guys out to Canada, bring them to Winnipeg, and I think it was March, and so it's 7-on-7 with mini camp. They were doing like 7-on-7. So I come out here. I guess they wanted to see me first. I come out and I'm like looking. And I'm like, where are the D linemen? Where's the O line? Like, where am I gonna do that? And at the time, it was Todd Howard was the D line coach.
Mm-hmm.
We get all set up. We get our gear, whatever. They have me go down to the corner of the field. They're doing 2-a-days, so they do a practice. Then they go eat, then a practice again, and then it's up. So what I did is a 2-a-day. I did a workout with the D-line coach.
Mm-hmm.
Got something to eat, came back down, got it again. And I think I did that for 2 days, but they just wanted to see me. And so that was how it started. I went to Winnipeg before most people most of the linemen and whatnot. So I was like, bro, it's cold as heck out here. In March, I was like, it's what, high 70s back home, if not in the 80s. And sorry, Canadians, I'm not going to do the conversion right now. I'm not in Canada anymore. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I got eviscerated on Twitter because I talked about when I went to the West Final, and I was underprepared for how cold it gets in Winnipeg. And y'all out there sleeveless, y'all act like y'all been there before, especially the 2021 one. Y'all had all the snow. I'm like, and the worst part is it's that cross breeze that hits. I don't know what it is inside of IG where how it's designed, but that breeze hits you and you're like, all right, y'all violating me right now with this cold right here, man. Forget this.
Oh, it's cold. And I mean, your boys got it cold too. Regina is cold as well.
You know what was funny is when I first went to LDC when y'all played against us, and it was hot. So I had always been used to the warmth. The only time I felt some cold was I went the week prior to the West Final. I went to BC for that game against when they played Calgary, and it was raining. So it felt like Seattle. Like, all right, I'm cool. But then I go to y'all, it's still snow. Funny story, real quick funny story. I'm walking up the block coming to the stadium. This is right before the game starts. And guess who I see pulling out the parking lot? He pulled right next to me.
Who?
Big Five.
Yeah.
In that damn
Kill Will.
And Kill Will. And he had on that big old puffer. He got the heat on. He stood. I'm just like, you ain't right. You see me walking. Give me a ride, man. Nah, I'm just playing. But nah, I see Big Five. I see everybody out there got snow pants on and snow boots. And I got on Nikes. And I'm like, man, this ain't no. But you in there, you say you in there, man. You were in the corner of the end zone. I've been there. It's boring. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's boring doing those. You're repping. You're pretty much repping. You're showing what you can do. And yet, did you wrap your mind around the idea, I'm going to play in Canada and play in the CFL? Did you have that aura like, all right, I'm better than everybody because it's Canadian football? Did you get humbled, or what was your, I guess, welcome to the CFL moment?
I learned a lot when I got to training camp my first year, going against Yoshi and Stanley, and we had Patty, we had Suk Chung, and Mike Couture. That was our O-line. And them boys were good, and they were physical. And me coming in as a rookie in the CFL,
right?
They were trying to destroy me. Now I ain't gonna let it go out like that. And you can ask them the story too. I wasn't going out like that. But they were coming. It was battles every day, and they didn't know me. I didn't know them, so we didn't have that respect for each other yet. So we were going at it for sure. And man, I was like, these guys can play. There's some guys that can play in the CFL. I mean, I had been told that the league was good, that guys were good. I mean, because I passed stress. My first sack in the NFL was against Jason Peters. So it's like,
Hmm.
um,
Damn.
it's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to put respect on these guys up here in the CFL's name too, because they can play too. Yeah, they're a yard off the ball. That helps, but but the guys can block. They work their schemes well. So it was a learning curve at first. I was like, damn, pass rush is a little different. Things happen a little later. You got to run a little bit more to get your rush. And once I got that down, I felt like it was my time. Um, that first year, that was fun. That was fun. It was a little bit up and down. I missed the first game because I was a healthy scratch. Um, and then after that, I think somebody got hurt, and I came in. I played pretty much the rest of the season, and yeah. So
Yeah. You seems like you were there before you, so you were I guess you could say the one of the building blocks in a way, like the unexpected building block that he came in, you earned it the hard way, and yet the first couple years, was it a struggle or like just to get wins, or was it we got something here?
the first season, we were just like, it's like that. How can I explain it? We were like, we're good, man, but we couldn't finish. We couldn't win games and like, oh, we have to win this game. We lost. Like,
Mm,
come on. Like, we got to win these have to win games. And that was the problem. We just weren't finishing the games. We weren't handling our business. So we would end up being third, whatever, and we travel. And so, or we got second, I think, in one year. I can't remember my first year. And Edmonton had to come to us in the playoffs, and then they beat us at home.
mhm,
So my career was like, first year, we go first round and out. Second year, we go second round and out. Third year, we win the Grey Cup.
mhm.
Fourth year, we win the Grey Cup. Fifth year, we go to the Grey Cup. We lose to Toronto. And last year, we go to the Grey Cup. We lose to Montreal. So we were building, and we got to the top. And we continue to go to the top. We just didn't finish. Those last 2 years, we just didn't finish. So it was pretty cool how we were taking steps, small steps each year. We're going a little bit farther.
See, that's the thing. Like when I came into this, man, I praised you guys so heavy because of the culture. Take us in what it's like. I heard with Eric Lofton, Big E, shout out to him, just going back to Winnipeg, shout out to him. He talked about just the culture and just how it was the old linemen hung out together. They work out together. They ate together. They spent time together. That chemistry that was built. You guys on that defense, I always say, you guys, you're not trying to knock everybody out. You're not a slobber knocker, but you guys make it look like you guys are so well versed in the system that it's almost like finesse. And nothing wrong with a finesse defense. But you guys play so well together. Was it always been like that as the culture, or was it just happened?
We just started to learn the defense more. You keep bringing same guys back. You learn what your flexibility is in the defense.
Mm-hmm.
You learn that, hey, I know so-and-so likes to play in this gap. And so I can get out in this gap and make a play, and he'll have my back. And if it bounces back in, I fold around him. Just things like that. You learn how to freestyle within the defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know where your leverage is. You know what's going on. Biggie knows where I'm going to be. Retta knows where I'm going to fit. He knows how I'm going to play blocks. He knows where he needs to fit. It's just things like that. We learned each other so well because we played together for so long, and we talk, we communicate. We're like, how are you going to play that block? Oh, what are you going to do on this one? Hey, if I'm dropping here, what do you want me to watch? What should I watch? Because I want to be like we're on a string.
Mm-hmm.
And just things like that. We had real conversations that we wanted to be great. We wanted to be on point. And when things were going wrong, we didn't yell at each other and get mad and like curse each other out. We just found a way to figure it out and what we could do to improve.
See that one thing I learned when I first started seeing you popped off the screen to me was it wasn't a lot of razzle dazzle with your style of play. One thing I always admired about your game was it's straight up. It's very in your face. It's what's coming, but you still got to stop it. And don't let me and Willie be on the same side. You always played disciplined. You never played out of position. Although sometimes whenever you did, I told Willie this too, that all that trying to sell something, you sell it well. Willie sells it well. You all do it. Your style is just it was great to watch. Has that always been you, or was that something you picked up in Winnipeg? You came into your own in there.
I actually started coming into my own towards the beginning, working on the style. I was working with Tim Crowder, Texas legend. He was helping me out. We were working our pass rush. He was who I'd work with in the offseason with football. And I feel like it was my style of the ball. I used to use my side scissors, but my rush, he would always say, Jackson, you think too much. You're a victim of being too coachable. You want to do everything your coaches have said over the years. You're trying to listen to them. He said, play your game. Stop thinking. Go. So ball snaps, I'm gone. I'm trying to get to this spot. If he gets on my spot, I'm running him over. If he's inside of my spot, I'm running by him. If he gets a little bit outside of my spot, I'm getting inside of him. So, or I'll set him up. Say he's sitting inside. I'll put him inside a little more. I'll jab in, stay out. Or if he goes outside, but I know he's a guy that's a baiter, I'll jab in, come back out. He bites hard on my inside move. I got a lot of guys with that, but he'll bite hard on that inside move, and I come back out. Or they haven't seen me go inside very much. I stay with contain all the time because I'm playing the rush a lot. So I go up fast, up and under, quick.
See,
so it's chess. I'm playing games with them.
See, when I first met Willie, we had a full 20-minute conversation. I was trying to pick his brain, and been coaching for like 10 years. I thought I knew some shit. Man, the shit he was explaining, and dang it, cussed. I'm gonna be myself. I don't care. I'm gonna try and not curse because you a God-fearing man, brother. I don't want to be disrespectful. The stuff that he was talking to me about, the science behind the position, man, I learned so much in that 20 minutes that I was like, dang, I got a long way to go before I can coach a pro, because every player's build is different. Willie's 6'7", but I told him he's built like Kevin Garnett. He's like Kevin Garnett playing defense in the CFL. His style suits him. With you being 6'3", you're a solid 6'3". What is it, about 253, 250 at that, man? Like, you're strong. And a lot of guys your size, they'll just bull rush. Whether they're shading inside, shoulder outside, or they're head up, you go bull rush. But you mix it up, and I respect it. Now I will, I really criticize. I will say this last season there was some times with that get off was a little slow, but you got there though. I'm not gonna sit here and just kiss you behind. I'm gonna tell you the truth. There was sometimes it was like, ooh, Jackson, like it's not, and maybe because it was injury or something, but still, like, it was a little different. Did you feel a little off, or like did you feel kind of like you were at your best, or take us through that?
No, I always feel like that I was playing through something.
Right.
I think that's kind of football, but I felt like I was playing through something, and I didn't feel as good this year as I have in the past years. Now, was I able to put together a really good season?
Right.
Yes, but no, I didn't feel my best, and a lot of times they were to try to slow us down. They would bring a receiver, bring a running back, bring a fullback in to kind of like chip us on the way. So we were trying to work on different things, what we're going to do with them. So I tried to change it up, tempo it, slow it down, maybe not get off as fast, and see if I can get him off his timing. So,
but wait, hold on. But if they're trying to just chip you, it's just a little. It wasn't more of a, I'm just trying to stun him for a quick second for let the block develop, or what was it more of a, I'm trying to knock him off his block. I'm gonna knock Jackson off his block and put him and pancake him. Was it that?
They were both. They were both. So if you tried to do that to me, I was normally gonna try to run you over,
Mm-hmm.
just to show you, like, hey, I'm not that guy. Even if I'm not looking, I'll still grab you.
Were you trying
So
side? Was it more of a see? Now we talk. Now see. Now we now
talk
we
ball.
talking. All right. And see. Now I'm glad we're getting there because that was my next question. Was when we talk scheme, and I'm trying to learn more about the X's and O's side of things. What was your guys? And I don't want you to give up too much for them for next season, but more so like the basic. Was it more of a four? I don't know, 4-2 or 2? Was it you can go 3 every now and then, or was you guys stay 4 down, 4 linemen up front?
We mix it up. So we do a 5-man front at times. We would do a four-man front.
Mm-hmm.
When we did the 5-man, we would only have one backer, like Big Hill in there or somebody.
Okay.
We did the four down, sometimes 2 backers, sometimes 1 backer, and have a DB playing kind of like a backer role, dime.
Mm-hmm.
We would yeah, we'd run like the 3-man and have either 2 linebackers and a DB in there, so 3-3. And it's just we would change it up. We had a lot of different defenses with a lot of different looks, because sometimes we would have it where we had 3 guys
Mm-hmm.
and a linebacker on the line, so it looked like a 4-man front,
Okay. I like
and
that.
they had to respect them. So yeah, we did a lot of different looks, and I really hope they continue to work on those looks.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of them were new, and some of the guys that were coming in doing them, they hadn't done them before. So
Yeah.
we just I think that the guys need to just get better. They need to rep it more and make sure that because that could be scary.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you're doing something that's not out, it's out of your guys' comfort zone from what you guys know. It does take time, but it's great that you guys take it in, you guys try it, and then you take it back to the coaches and say, hey, this is a little different for us. Give us some time. We'll come back to it, save it for a different situation, whether it's 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 7, whatever it is. It's all situational. So to hear that you guys are actually taking it in, I like that. So obviously, we have to talk about, we're at the point now where we've talked a little football. You know, everybody's got to know a little bit more about you that don't know who he is. But I would like to talk about when did you know and when did you find out that they weren't going to bring you back? So take us through your side of things. What happened, and kind of give us a little, not whatever you feel comfortable talking about. The floor is yours, brother. What happened and what led you to retire?
Okay, so I talked to my agent. I said, "Hey, man, I haven't heard from Winnipeg. Can we reach out to him?" He said, "Yeah, no problem." So he reaches out to them. I won't put any names, even my agent or anybody's name in there, but he reaches out to somebody at Winnipeg, and they text back. They tell him, "Hey, we'll get back to you in a couple weeks," because they're trying to deal with Brady and Dalton, and that's what we were told. That was the biggest thing. Everybody else comes after Brady and Dalton. So okay, that's their priority. Cool, cool. I didn't hear this from them. This is what I heard from social media and whatnot. So I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to see. I'm like, okay, cool. So time goes by. It's about a month and a half or so, and I'm getting ready to go to Thailand. And I leave for Thailand on Monday. I told my agent probably a week before that, hey, if Winnipeg hits us up, like, let them know, like, I'm not trying to negotiate in Thailand. I don't think what was going on was very respectful. I think that me not hearing anything and seeing Stanley get signed, seeing I forgot who else got signed, Chris Kolinkowski, other guys that getting signed, but I hadn't even heard anything. I didn't think it was right, and I love my boys Chris and Stanley, and they were still reaching out to Yoshi, and still hadn't heard anything. Ricky Walker hadn't heard anything, so I'm like, hey, let's test this window out. Like, it's might as well. If they're not showing me love, like they're showing it, they don't appreciate me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
underappreciated there and undercompensated.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. In my opinion, I was undercompensated and underappreciated there. I mean, despite the injuries, I'm still a dog and still giving you good games and putting you in a position to win the cup.
Right.
So I think that I what I put out there was worth being talked to. Even if you're not going to bring me back, tell me. So I never even heard that I wasn't coming back. That's not what I ever heard. Until yeah. Anyways, we'll keep going and I'll tell the rest. So Friday, before that Monday that I'm going to Thailand, I'm getting ready to go. My agent says, "Hey, Winnipeg, hit us up." They just asked how much you want, how what you're interested in. And so my agent said, like, we're not feeling out here. This is not what we're doing. We're gonna go. He tells them we're gonna go to the window. We want to do the free agency window and see what's going on and
Mm-hmm.
see what's out there because obviously we're not getting the same respect here as I feel like we deserve. So we're like, okay, go in the window. I go on my trip to Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
Great trip, so much fun. Didn't really worry about any of that stuff. So the window hits. I don't hit. I can't remember. It was at 12 o'clock. So there in Thailand, it was 12 o'clock. Or 12 o'clock Eastern time, which would have been 12 a.m. in the morning. Uh, yeah, in Thailand. So yeah, it's 12 hours ahead.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so the time was different. So I'm like, I don't hear anything. I wake up that morning, the next morning, and I'm like, I'm not gonna text my agent. I just want to enjoy my time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess it was like at night. It was nighttime because it was like 9 o'clock in the morning in Thailand for me,
Mm-hmm.
and he's on Central Time. So I think 9 o'clock in the morning is 8 o'clock Central Time. So 8 p.m. And so he texted me and was telling me who was interested. Calgary had hit him up, and BC had hit him up. And I was like, okay, cool, cool. Like, what's up? What are they talking about? And they were talking prices, and it was a pay cut. It was a pay cut. Like it's like 20, 30K pay cut. And I'm like, yo, that's like my bottom. That would be the bottom that I come back for.
Okay. Wait. Hold on. So I'm gonna add this if that's okay. The notion behind playing for Winnipeg. If I'm right, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. The the rumor innuendo is you come to Winnipeg and you take a pay cut to win a Grey Cup. Is that true?
I mean, you said it great. You said it great. They don't say it like that, but they always say that you're gonna make it back by going to the Grey Cup and getting paid.
But would you say that's kind of I've always felt like with Winnipeg and the regime, however you say it, it's Belichick Kraft esque, where you're not going there to get paid big bucks, but if you go there, you're gonna be in for NFL purposes like the AFC Championship. They don't play just to go to the AFC Championship. The expectation is we're going to win the Super Bowl. We got Brady. We got other pieces. In your guys' case, you got Zach. You also got
Hilarious.
Brady. You got Dalton. You got Sheed. You've got Teddy freaking Lawler, and I love Kenny. Shout out to Kenny. Kenny's a G. No
Shout
pun
out to my
intended.
boy,
Shout out
K
to Kenny.
Law.
K Law, big play Law, man. And on defense, you got Big Hill, which funny enough, I didn't know Adam Big Hill is from my neck of the woods. So and he's won 3 defensive player of the years. I didn't know that. He's at that Montecito is like 2 hours south from where I am. It's crazy.
Okay.
And then you got DeMario, you've got Brandon, you got obviously Big Willie, you got Big Five, and then there's you. So and Yoshi and Stanley and all the guys. I could go down the list.
You could keep going.
You've got a team around you. So the expectation is after the run y'all have been on, which we haven't seen a run like this, I think probably since Calgary in the 90s or the Edmonton days when they had Warren Moon. So it's like,
that thing.
oh, come on now, man. Come on. We talking real that Houston Oilers. But anyway, so is that you said it's true. Did you feel you said felt like it was that's my bottom right there. Did you take that? You took it MJ-esque. I took that personal.
I was on vacation, so I was still in like chill mode. But I did realize, like, okay, that's as low as I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to go any lower. And so I think a day went by. I tell my agent, like, hey, see what BC or Calgary's talking about. Because I saw that Ricky had agreed to terms there. I'm like, yeah, me, Ricky. We call it Demario, a.k.a. Spoon.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to all play there together. And then a couple of my young bulls are over there. A couple of my young boys are at Calgary too. So I was like, this will be fun.
With Micah and Cam. And shout out to Micah. He's coming on this weekend on
sure.
But yeah, y'all together. That's a blitz, and it's a blitz heavy defense.
Yeah, and then I still got some good ends too. Like that's the thing. Like other good ends to play with. It'd be fun. So I was thinking about it like that could be a good situation. It's cheap. It's not what I want, but like I'll take the low to finish out my last year.
Mm-hmm. So you knew already this was like you said, this was your last dance. You're going west. You already kind of had in your mind, hey, I'm going west. Here's what okay.
Yeah. So listen to this. So yeah, my agent hits him up. They're like, hey, that offer's off the table. That's how he told me. I don't know what they said, but that offer's off the table. And we're like, Calgary didn't make sense. It didn't seem like they already got guys. So yeah, I don't know if they were just reaching out to get a feeler. But I'm like, okay, cool. So we got BC and Yoshi hits me up and he's like, hey, Sass is interested, bro. He's like, man, give us a chance, bro. I was like, hey, man, for the right price, I'll come. And he's like, yeah, for sure. Make sure it makes sense for you and your family. But would love to play with you again. I was like, hell yeah, we could do this thing. And them boys were getting some work. Like, hey, it would be like that time to make it right in Regina. They hate me there.
There's a lot.
They hate me there.
Well, they don't like a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine though. They are fanatics. That's why it's fans. Fanatics. And so I think they think I'm a dirty player, which hey, they can think that all they want. I just play hard.
I mean, the same reason why y'all think Pete Robertson was dirty for what he did at LDC, but that's neither here nor there.
I never thought that was dirty, but hey, he got it. He got excited, but anyway.
Thank you. That's all I was saying. Come on, man.
That's another one. That's Texas boy.
Yeah. Hey.
So
hey, y'all creating creative players out there in Texas.
Yes, sir. So what happened is SAS came on the scene. They were offering kind of similar to what everybody else was. And BC's over here telling us, hey, we're gonna we'll compete with anybody. We'll compete with anybody that offers. Like we want to compete. I'm like, okay, cool. You want to compete? Let's do that. And so we get our offer from SAS and show BC. They're like, oh, that's a little too high. Oh, that's a little too high. That's like 20, 30K more than we wanted to. I was like, boy, stop. Like, I'm not about to go to this team for that. I know how much I put into my body. I know how hard I work. I know what I bring to a team. You're not getting me for cheap. I'm keeping it a buck. You're not getting me for cheap. So they said that SAS ends up getting Malik Carney. They got him for 20K less than they were saying they wanted to give me. So who's that out? Who's still left? Winnipeg is the only team that we could talk to. So we took the number to them. They said, no, we're not going to be able to afford that much. And so everybody's gone. Everybody's out. So I'm talking to my agent. It's weird. Like I was like, man, hold up. Did I not play well this year? What happened? And I'm like, oh no, I played well. So I am talking to my agent. He's like, you know what? I think it's time to retire. He said, because you told me you're low. He said, no one wanted to respect your low. There's not really anything here for you. People are going to try to get you lower than that if they're going to try to bring you in. And he said, it doesn't make sense for you to go to Canada with the exchange, playing for lower, taking care of your body the way you do, playing the way you do for an 18-game season, regular season, for that much cheaper. So, because at the end of the day, some of these teams were trying to give me 60 to 70K less than what I made last year.
Oh, they're trying to give you the vet minimum. Shit.
The vet minimum. You know what I'm saying? So I was sitting to myself like, hey, I've been thinking about this. And you know what's funny? I put in my head, I said, best case scenario, worst case scenario. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling my girlfriend, I'm sitting there like kind of upset because I'm like, this is BS. This is not right. And I'm like, my worst case scenario came true.
Okay.
My worst case scenario came true. And that's when, like you see in the article that I talked about with Paul Friesen, I didn't know what to do. I was frozen. Like, I was just like, what's going on? Is this real life? Like, I know I'm not trash. So what's going on? So I was frustrated trying to process everything and trying to figure it out. And I think by that time I already got back to the States. And I was just like, what is going on? I think I just flew back in and driving down to San Antonio at my girl's place because I had stuff down there. And I'm just confused. I'm like, what's going on? And like I said, I said I'm a man of faith. So I thought about it and I'm like, what? The last time all these doors closed like this, it was a sign that something was better somewhere else.
Right.
And so I thought to myself, like, hey, I think my agent's right. I think it's time to retire. I've been flirting with it. I've been wanting to because I feel like I didn't have anything else to prove anymore. Yeah, I wanted to get a 10-sack season. I wanted to get there. But that would require me to play another season and to be as healthy as I could.
So the personal accolades weren't like the driving force. It was I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna straight up say it. The hardest thing for me accepting when it comes to certain business stuff, when it comes to CFL, and I love, this is not a knock, this is just a fact. The players sometimes do get screwed over. The players, I'm big on the players, man. And guys know that. I want to see the players get their worth. In your case, being 33, you still maybe got a year or two left. Did you ever really get the payday, that one big payday at all? Or you've been playing year, 2 year, a year? What was the situation for you with that?
Well, it depends on what you think a number is a payday.
Well, for you, you're obviously very business acumen. You got a good business acumen. You understand like what your finances are and what you need to be comfortable to live and do what you. Did you ever get that one payday?
I think the last 2 years were probably my payday. Were they my max payday? No. Were they what I put out there? No. I wasn't value-wise. I even talked to Osha about it. He even said, were you underpaid? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Were you underappreciated? No. And I told him I was underappreciated and underpaid. And he said, they're not the same thing, Jackson. And I said, they are the same thing. Because in business, because we're talking about business, you show your appreciation by paying somebody. It's not symbolic. We're not showing them like, oh, we care about you and all this, and then not giving them any money. You show your appreciation by paying. That's how I take it. That is my opinion, and that's how I'm that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's how I believe it.
I mean, business is cold, especially in the football world. And I'm gonna ask this, and then we can move on, brother. To more, what you're doing, what you're gonna be doing post football. But I'm gonna ask this for you. You take away, put the Grey Cup appearances aside, the numbers. We talking strictly from a business side of things. Do you regret staying in Winnipeg? For Jackson Jeffcoat, business wise for your bottom dollar. Do you regret staying? Put all the stuff to the side, brother.
Yeah, let me preface it. It's business. This is business. This is not how I felt in Winnipeg. This is not like how much I care about the fans, because that place is amazing. Those people are amazing. The group we had was amazing. But for business, I regret that I stayed in Winnipeg. I think I could have went somewhere else and got paid more and been appreciated more and got to really be the guy, for lack of better words. I think that if we're talking about the whole, do I regret staying in, or not regret? Do I hate that I stayed in Winnipeg? No. And the reason I say that is because it's the reason I retired too. I got business opportunities outside of football that I can make more money than I made in playing football, especially with playing in Canada and dealing with the exchange. So yeah. And then I own a home out here. So when I wasn't renting it out, a lot of my money was going to my home. So it was empty too. So I'm losing money there. But for the majority of the time, I've been renting it out.
See, we're getting real gritty with this, man. And I want to, as you said, prefaces. I want to preface this by saying to people, this is not knocking the organization or anything. This is just from a player, now former player, and just the truth. Everybody wants to always say, let me take this out. I need to be able to. Hey, shut up! Don't do that. Bad coaching habit. Bad coaching habit. I picked up at 18, fresh, wet behind the ears. Don't do that to me. I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? I've tried chewing gum, Skittles, the whole nine. It just I can't. It's hard, man. I'm working on it, brother. Shut up. Coach Bowman, he's got me on a meal plan, so you gonna see me on my Grown and Sexy at Banjo Bowl. But anyway, the devil is a lie. I want people to understand from what you've said. Everybody's loyal to the organization. When a player makes moves for that's best for them, they're quick to criticize. You don't know that man's living situation, the expenses, who he has to take care of. Why is it okay for the organization to do what's best for them, but the players, you're disloyal. We made you. Y'all didn't make Jackson Jeffcoat. Y'all didn't make Willie Jefferson. Y'all didn't make Brady Oliveira. Yes, you supported. And yes, I'm getting on my soapbox, Jackson. Just bear with me. You supported. You're a fan, and that's great. But you don't pay this man's bills. Fans think, even in the NFL, my money towards the tickets and season tickets goes to you. Your little drop of money does not pay this man's bills. Okay. So I want people to understand, man, it's players are their own entities. It's show the players some love, man, and support them when they go to they go into the room and they talk business and they want to get their deal done. I see them people criticizing Tim White right now because he's taking forever to decide where he wants to go. I saw that with other players. For you, I feel for you, man, because I feel like you still had another year to go. But from hearing it from you, you did what was best for you, and we have to respect it. So I appreciate you sharing this. I know it can be taken the wrong way, but I want folks to know it's not bashing Winnipeg or the league or anything. It's his truth. So sorry.
No, I would never bash Winnipeg. I mean, it's not the city of Winnipeg. It's not the fans' fault. They didn't play a role in this. They played the role in making my time amazing in Winnipeg. Like, I loved it. Like, I brought my family out. They treated my family like family. I mean, my girlfriend's out. Like, people are asking me about my dogs. Like, they're invested. Like, it's that place is special. I don't know how it is other places because I haven't been, but that place is special. and those fans are incredible, and we had a strong brotherhood there. So no, I'm not bashing Winnipeg. No, not by any means necessary. I'm not trying to bash them. I'm talking about business decisions, like you said. For myself, do I think I could have made a different decision? Yes. Do I live with the decision that I made to stay in Winnipeg? Yes. Everything happens for a reason, so it happened for a reason. And so I'm happy for how it happened. And like I said, I got options outside of this. I got options outside of football. This is outside of football now. That's where I am now.
And that's the next thing we're gonna talk about, man. So what, as we get close to wrapping this up, man, and then we're gonna obviously quick little bashing of Texas football. What do you have going for yourself, man? What you got planned? What plans you have going in? Tell us what's next for Jackson Jeffcoat.
So I got two options right now. At the moment, I've been I've been doing commercial real estate. I was working with a brokerage out of Austin for a bit, and actually they had me hired on while I was in Winnipeg. I went work for not last season, but the season before. Now, one of our senior brokers left and went to another brokerage, and so it was me and another junior broker, and we weren't able to continue to run it because I'm there half the year, and it would literally be him by himself.
Right.
So we were based out of Dallas, so they had to close our brokerage in Austin, and now I'm interviewing with different companies, different brokerages in Austin and in Dallas because I'm not tied here to Austin. My connections are in Dallas and Austin. So I'm interviewing, meeting. It's really informal right now, just because that's how it goes. Trying to get my name back fresh in their minds because I've had some interest and it's really fun. I like real estate. I feel like it's very challenging to me. It's fun to know that all deals are different. It's fun to get to know new people coming to the city that are looking to find either warehouse space or office space and to be able to meet their needs and help them out and get them in a spot because I think it's too hard to do that on your own.
Right.
Like it's a normal person dealing with the broker that's representing the landlord. So I want to like help out. I mean, and I can do both sides. I can do the landlord rep or the tenant rep, which a tenant rep would be like, for lack of better options, like how they call it Princess Auto field now. So like Princess Auto wants to get into a new building.
Right.
And I could be that guy that would help them find a building or a space or something to get into. So that's what I'm doing.
Man, you doing shit that I gotta learn. You got to put me on some game when I get a little bit of money so I can consolidate my resources. I always, whenever guys talk about like what their the outside businesses and all that, there's some that I always plays in my head. You ever watch Chappelle's Show?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, you remember when they had the Wu-Tang Clan on and they were doing I think it was Wu-Tang consulting about financial stuff. You remember that?
I'm trying to remember if I watched that one.
It was a little skit, and I think it was one of them. He says, "You need to diversify your stocks and bonds, Schneckle."
Oh, I think I know you're talking about, bro.
Like Wu-Tang Clan, ain't nothing to with.
Yeah.
I always think that. I automatically think that in my head, man. Like you gotta diversify your stocks and bonds, Schneckle. Like that. Yeah. I'm happy to hear that you are doing stuff, man, and you're not. Have you thought about getting into coaching, or you got a lot to offer the game, man? Texas do need to get a new D-line coach.
They do have one now. They got one now. They hired one. So what I will do in this time, I talked to them. I already had talked to them.
Of course you did.
I already had talked to them. But I also thought that football, again, is something that I do. It's not who I am. So it's not like,
boom.
Like I enjoy it. I enjoy playing it. I love it. And I'll help out, but it's not something I want to do for the rest of my life. My dad played professional football for 15 years. He went and coached for, I want to say like 10 years, maybe more. No, he coached for more. So football, 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 football. Like I've had enough. I've been doing football for my whole life.
Yeah.
Let me do something else. So I always felt like I was a guy that had a different personality or was different than a lot of football players that I played with.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like there was something else for me. I always felt like my interests were very different than other people.
See that's it's not who you are, it's what you do. And I heard a quote. I think it was Ric Flair that said it. He says, Ric Flair loved wrestling. I'm a big wrestling guy. Ric Flair loved the business, the nature boy. He lived the gimmick. It's who he was. But there are a lot of guys from a football perspective, they're not in love with the game because the game itself, it's a lot. They love what the game can do for them outside of it. The money, the security. A lot of guys come from situations that are not financially the best. So they do it because, hey, it's a means to an end. So it's good to hear, man, that you're transitioning. You know what I'm saying? You're making a move for yourself, and I'm happy for you. And I guess the last thing we can do is the rapid fire questions, man. You ready for these 5?
Before these 5, I'll be ready. Don't get me wrong. I love football. I love the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I can love it by watching football on TV. I can love it by helping somebody out here and there. Oh, how do you do this? Do that. That's fine. I can do that. I can get my fix, but it doesn't have to be everything for me.
Right. And I can honestly say, dang, talking with you, then I end up getting this truth serum coming out, man. Because I'll be honest, man. I went so hard for a decade coaching, and there was a point in time where I was like, "There's got to be like, I love the meetings, I love all that's being with the guys and the game, but it's taxing. It takes a toll on you, your family. I got at the time it was just me and my 2 kids, so they're older and they've lived it. They've been on the road with me. They've traveled. They've been to every practice. They don't know anything but that. So now I'll be 30 in March. Now it's like, all right, I kind of want to do more than I still want to coach. I still want to get to the pro level, but I found YouTube and being able to sit here and talk with you guys and react to videos. It's another way of loving the game. So when you say I can love the game, but still watch it, because a lot of people can't just sit there when they're done. They can't even watch the game no more. So knowing you still got that love, man, maybe somebody might call you mid-year and, the price might be right. You might make it come. You can't, you just, hey.
That would require me to be training for it. That would require me to training for it. And I'm not training for it. I'm training for health. I'm training for life after football. I'm training to be lean, mean, sexy, and swole, but not in shape, not being able to run. I'm gonna look good, but I ain't gonna be running.
If I catch you modeling on Shein in one of those, linen outfits that I seen Sean Baines Jr. wearing, I'm gonna come to Texas and I might super kick you. I promise you. But anyway, the devil is a lie. 5 questions, man. You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right. First question, man. First question. Favorite Bible scripture.
Favorite Bible scripture. That's good. Ephesians 6:10 through 19, I want to say. It's talking about putting on the whole armor of God, being wary of kind of spiritual warfare, things that we cannot see. And I think that kind of ties into with the doors being closed. There's things that God is protecting us from that we can't see, and you got to put his armor on.
Okay. All right. I see now. Okay. This is the first time I'll ever do this. Probably the last time. I'll go back and forth with you on the rapid fire if that's cool with you. You got a Bible scripture. I got one.
Let me hear yours.
Okay. I can't remember. It's Ecclesiastes, but it's For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool. I don't know which number it is. My daddy is a preacher, is a preacher, and I have you ever had praise and worship at Christmas? You ever had that?
Yes, sir.
I thought I was the only one that had that. Dang. Man, I thought that was some crazy.
Or Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. We had it 1 year. The 1 year I went to my dad's family's Christmas Eve. I've never shared this story on the channel, but I'm gonna share it with you because you of the covenant. I'm sitting there with my brother. Now, this is the crazy part. My brother is Jehovah's Witness. My father's family is Pentecostal. I'm sitting here looking at this chicken with pineapple slices, and my aunt's husband, he was praying over the food. Everything was fine. I got my head down, I'm looking at this food. I'm like, there's got to be a better way out of this, man. I can't do this. I can't do no more in prayer. This prayer's been going on for 10 minutes. And it was the amen. I'm about to raise my head, and my daddy lets out, amen, amen. I say amen. You say amen, amen, amen. I'm like, I know this.
Here we go.
I know this ninja is not singing over the food. Moving on. This is why I'm not. Next time I go to church, I'm wearing a Suge Knight red suit. Anyway,
I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you, my brother.
What? If I go up there and do the devotion talking about if anybody want to, not have the tambourine boy in the back with the triangle and all that, come to non-denominational, Anyway, I'm gonna go there. I'm going straight to hell. Next question.
Yeah.
I got
this
problems.
Has been fun, man. This has been fun.
I got problems, bro. Let's see. Next question. From your career, what was your favorite moment?
Man, my favorite moment was probably hoisting the Grey Cup in 19. And I mean, shoot, I got to give you two.
Go ahead.
I was just winning the Grey Cup the first time was crazy. Like, we had worked for it. I had played a really good game and I was excited. And then so to be able to do that, it was a dream. So my dad said, look, I won 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. What you got to say about that? So we go and win another one. And my dad is in tears. He's excited. He's happy. We take a picture next to each other because back when the Cowboys won back-to-back, they were taking pictures. Back-to-back.
In the house. Yeah.
So me and my dad took a picture talking about back-to-back. We got it.
That ties into the next question. Do you feel like if the COVID year hadn't happened, would you have done 3P?
Man, yes. Yes.
Say less. I think that
maybe even 4. We might have been different.
Ooh, see, now you're getting into territory. We're getting into
territory. It's all good, man. Y'all could come for me all you want. I'm busy.
All right, question number 4. What do you like to do in your personal time? Like, not business, not outside of football. What does Jackson Jeffcoat like to do?
Big thing I like to do. I've been getting back into video games a little bit. Nothing crazy. Call of Duty.
Of course.
Yeah. Me and my older brother. It sounds like nerds. We've been playing this game, Pokemon Arceus, on the Switch. It's actually pretty cool. If you like Pokemon, if you grew up liking Pokemon, it's pretty dope.
Okay. Are you more of a fire, water, or leaf?
This time I'm going water, but I'm normally a fire guy.
Okay.
But are you fire?
I'm fire. I always I prefer, because fire, you're gonna get ember at some point. You're gonna get ember. You're gonna get slash. You're gonna evolve into the final form, and your ember is gonna do some damage, especially when you're going into the gym battles.
For sure, you're gonna have even more stuff like fire blast, flamethrower, stuff like
Mm,
that. Like that's coming along.
okay. Favorite Pokemon of all time?
Charizard. Charizard.
All right. I still cry a little bit when I see Charmander sitting on that little what was it, the tree stump, and he had the little
Looking sad.
man. And people cried when Butterfree left. I cried with Charmander. I was like 5. I was like, Mommy, we need to save Charmander. Like, boy, go to bed. Shut up.
Yeah.
It ain't real, boy. It ain't real. It's real to me.
It was real to me. So yeah, I'm playing that, and then The Legend of Zelda. I played the Breath of the Wild and Tears of a Kingdom.
Okay. Favorite Zelda all time.
The classic Ocarina of Time. It's Nintendo 64.
Okay. I still can't. It's such a long game. I haven't beaten it yet, but I watch a lot of people play it, and I want to do it, but damn, it's a science behind playing Ocarina of Time.
And to be honest, I didn't beat it on my own back then. I watched my brother and helped him. My
Yeah.
older brother. I'm watching him like, hey, let's do this. Hey, we're talking about it, and it's just like, yeah, I didn't get it done by myself, but it was cool. But this is a small part of what I like to do. I still got more for you.
What do you like to do?
I'm a fisherman. I love to fish. I love to fish.
Get me out there with you. Get the boat fired
So,
up. We out there.
yep. We're gonna get on the lake. We're gonna catch some largemouth bass. We might catch some big cat. Like, but more so, I'm big on bass.
Okay. What you throwing out there?
So I throw a Cinco out there. That's my go-to.
Okay.
Just move it up and down, let it fall back down, pull it up, reel it in, let it fall down. Easy bait. I can do spinner bait too, but as we're in the summer, they're gonna get annoyed and hit that.
We got to get you up here to Washington. We got Westport. Westport is where all the fishermen go, man. You got to come up here and check it out, brother. You got some good. Now it's competitive. Them dudes be out there doing it serious. But or if you like crabbing, you like doing that.
I've never been crabbing as a Texas boy. I never really done crabbing because I'm from Dallas. I'm from North Texas.
Well, all right. Well, we'll get you up here. We're gonna link. And my last question, and we get out of here, man. Is there anything you would like to say to the Winnipeg fans before you? This is it. So, anything you want to say to them?
Winnipeg, my second home. It's been real. It's been great. It's been fun. I appreciate you guys helping me being like my family, away from my family. It's this memory is going to be with me for the rest of my life. Just remembering how loud they got, how much they supported us. Man, they're supporting me now. Like they're coming out in Grove showing me love, saying thank you, saying I had a Hall of Fame career. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. But I just appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate the love.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate showing it. And so it's been nice. I mean, not even everybody was a Winnipeg fan. Like the vet that I would go to, he was a SAS fan, but he's a Winnipegger. And so he's just showing love. People just show love and take care, and they're helpful, and they'll help people that are in need. And I appreciate it. It's been such a special place. So I'll have to make my way back up there.
Okay.
I'll have to make my way back up for a game. I haven't planned on it yet, but we'll figure it out. I want to see Willie do his thing. I got to see Haba, Cam Lawson, Jake Thomas. We got young guys in Tanner Schmeckel. And then we got some other guys that are come up that their names are not known yet, but I think there's some guys that will be good. And I'm hoping that they'll be in good hands and do their thing.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, Jackson, I want to say, man.
And 1 second, I can't even forget Willie J. My bad. I can't even. I guess it's just understood, but my dog, he gonna show out.
This is not me glazing, as the young kids like to say, but I believe personally, when it's all said and done, he may be the greatest Blue Bomber ever. You can't. When you think Winnipeg, everything that he does in the community, him, his lovely family, his wife, all them, man, he is that man in Winnipeg. So you can't forget Big Five, man. And
Cannot.
so, man, hey, thank you so much, Jackson, for coming on, man. And we're gonna link up at some point, man. And thank you for all you did in your career, man. Even though everybody gonna say, "Oh, he's a Hall of Famer." Do you know how easy it is to make it into the Canadian Football Hall of Fame? But that's neither here nor there. You'll get a bus. If not, we're gonna see that name in that ring of honor. And you were an integral part. And I wanted to give you your flowers, man. Or I guess your how I put this, your moment in the sun. And we gonna stay in touch, brother, and wish the best for you, brother. And thank you so much, man.
Man, I appreciate you having me on. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blessing, and it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And by the way, also Texas football, y'all, Texas Longhorns, you know, hey, you had Quinn Ewer and you had doggone Arch Manning. You don't know who you want to play a quarterback. Sark is a terrible coach. And yeah, so till next time, everybody. This has been an episode of Deep in the Game, where you might be deep in this game, but you got the rules missing. Texas football outside of the Longhorns, you know, great football, but Longhorns, hey, y'all, get Jackson on the staff, bring back Earl Thomas. We're gonna be a fun time, brother. Anyway, the devil is a lie. Continue to be great, everybody, and Jackson, you take it easy, brother.
Man, appreciate you.
Y'all be easy, y'all.
In the house.
So crazy.
The man's in the house.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
The man's in the house.